from DEGRASSI High. She had a baby when she was real young. Her best friend is a skinny chick. She knows
the TV show. Yes.
You're listening to I'm in Love with a Girl Named Spike, a DEGRASSI podcast. I'm your host, Mike Park, along with my co-host, Hannah Eagle.
Good day, Mike.
And Rick Johnson.
Phantom Power.
And today's guest is Long Island native and now California transplant, a husband, son, brother, podcaster, multi-instrumentalist, producer, composer of Craig of the Creek on the Cartoon Network, lover of ska, Jeff Rosenstock. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing okay. Hanging in there. The chaos of 2020 sometimes gets you up, sometimes gets you down.
Does it ever get you up?
Yeah, it gets me up when I'm like really pissed off. I'm like, yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I've done a ton of projects. It's been insane.
Actually, same.
Great.
It's the most productive we've been in our lives.
Brag about it.
Yeah. I mean, you're
Is this a podcast where you just brag about how well you're doing during this year?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm doing
my
well. I'm just doing a
investments are
lot.
insane right now.
So, okay, we're on episode 102. Weird Science, which is episode 5 of season 2 of DEGRASSI Next Gen. Spike and Snake are dating. Emma's not happy. Science projects and Spinner's boner. Hannah, how does it start?
It's like a weird dinner. It's like super uncomfortable. And Emma's being very annoying. She's being kind of a hag. Mr. Simpson's trying a little too hard to be her friend.
Yeah. Well, no one has in this room of 4, no one has had parents who have divorced, so we can't relate. We all had parents who loved each other nonstop.
Well, we all had parents who didn't divorce.
Yeah.
We all had parents that loved each other beyond belief.
And never died.
Never quarreled. Yeah, never died. That's
and
true.
they can't die.
Hannah, did your mom try to date anybody after your dad died?
Not for no. She's just now being like, would it be weird if I'm like, oh my God, please go on a date so we can stop talking about it?
So you're not going to pull an Emma?
No.
Well, but Emma turned around. What are you talking about? The snakester.
The snakester. That's the worst freeze frame ever at the end.
I feel like she tried to come up with different nicknames, but just came up with the same 3.
Yeah.
She was like, Snakester, the Snakester, Snake Meister.
Jake.
Jeff Rosenstock, I believe I believe your wife, Christine Mackenstock, loves DEGRASSI, The Next Generation.
She watched it, that's for sure.
And so she loved it. That's awesome.
So she's a fan.
Yes.
You watched it.
She watched it when she was in school. Yeah, I didn't see. Is this a no spoiling future episodes type podcast?
No,
I never saw Drake not in a wheelchair on this show.
How did it make you feel?
More time in the wheelchair than out.
Does he? Christine was saying like that's only like 1 season. I was like, was it? I feel like it was like whatever.
It's like 7 seasons, right?
You know
I'm
what?
not sure.
I don't think I'm right about that, but now that I'm thinking about it, maybe he is out of it more than he's in it, but it doesn't really matter.
Did Christine watch this with you, Jeff?
Yes, Christine watched this with me. It's a thrilling episode we watched. A lot happens.
Yeah.
Good episode.
Did you watch old school DEGRASSI at all?
No, I never saw old school DEGRASSI. I only saw some of this, and I always thought it was fine. And then Drake became Drake, and it was like, what? That's weird.
That's crazy.
So you've only seen that one episode of Old School DEGRASSI that I made everybody watch when I was in your apartment. When I had to
do you think I was sitting there watching it, or do you think I was running around trying to pack for tour or whatever the fuck? Or like trying to finish an episode of Craig of the Creek, going like, shit, I didn't plan this. No,
I think you watched it. I think Jack was into it. Oh. You were watching it. You were feeling bad. It was like the episode where Stephanie K goes on the bad date with the superstar. The soap opera song.
I didn't watch this. I don't
Was
know.
that a bad
Good
date,
memories.
or was that
I'm sorry.
an okay date?
Yeah, that was a great date. What's his name?
Good
Mr.
date.
Awesome?
Yeah, Mr. Wonderful.
Damon King.
Damon King. That's right. That's right. I am really excited that they use song titles for each episode, 80 song titles.
I know.
I was saying that you didn't pick that up until I told you about it.
Easter egg.
In this season, or is that
The whole show, the whole series.
dang?
Series.
That's
Like,
cool.
last episode was Karma Chameleon.
Oh, and that's a song.
Yeah.
By
Yes.
which band, Jeff Rosenstock?
Is that Boy George? Is that Tom Tom Club?
No.
Culture.
Culture Club.
Club.
Boy George. Tom Tom Club is Talking Heads. Is the
Look,
rhythm section.
man, I don't fucking know.
Well,
still-
Hannah does.
I'm sorry.
I knew.
Hannah.
No, I don't.
I got it like
So-
60% right, and that's almost
That's
a
good.
passing grade.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have won the science fair, but you know.
The word club was in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
True to that.
And Boy George was in Culture Club.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Boy George.
What was the first single by Culture Club?
I don't know at all.
Rick,
Fuck.
the first single by Culture Club.
Hey, we're Culture Club.
Culture Club theme.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not this song, and it's not "Do You Really Want to Hurt Me." It's
It
the
is.
other.
It's Do You Really Want to Hurt Me?
Is it?
Wow.
Okay.
Right up
What's
I was
the
trying
other
to
hit?
remember what the other song was.
There's one more hit. What's the other hit?
Come. I'm not
Who
sure.
sings "Don't You Want Me, Baby"?
Human League.
Ah,
Human League.
Another great song.
After the theme music kicks, Rick, lead us into what happens next.
Jimmy and Spinner are talking. Spinner is having a hard time because he's eating too much health food, and that is causing him to have
Terminal
potentially
boners.
massive terminal boners.
Yeah. Some chronic, huge Donkey Kong boners.
yeah.
Have you ever had a boner in school, Jeff Rosenstock?
I mean, sure. I probably have had boners in school. I can remember, like, yeah, this is weirder because it's like later, like being, and this is weird, of course. It's a boner story. But like waking up at like fucking 6:30 or whatever in the morning to commute from Brooklyn to Long Island for work, and like falling asleep on like the 50-minute like subway ride. And then waking up like 10 minutes before my stop and having like a sleep morning boner and be like, oh,
Wow.
this sucks.
That's called a travel boner.
Yeah.
On the go boner.
On the go boner. A boner for the modern human being, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever had an uncomfortable boner where I was in a public setting where I was like,
Really?
Oh, no.
Really?
Yeah.
I
mean,
believe it.
I've shit my pants plenty of times.
Yeah.
Everyone will admit to shitting their pants.
And never a boner. At least
Yeah.
I don't recall.
Shitting your pants won't get you like a charge. But have you ever seen a kid? We used to have a kid. I saw a kid once in my history class. I guess he had a boner, but he was like trying to like jerk it off through his pants.
What?
He was like rubbing it like, and we were all kind of like, I remember like looking at someone like, is this happening? But he just kept doing it.
Something like that happened in some class of mine where a girl was just like rubbing against the desk pole. And it was the same thing where everyone was just like, we should probably just ignore this.
I know. Does she think we
what-
can't see her?
Ignoring is the best policy there.
And then the same thing happened to me on the train when I would start jerking off to try and get rid of my boner.
Damn.
Everyone would ignore me. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
You just didn't have the binder boner shield.
I
all you
definitely like I probably put like my messenger bag on top of it, like, oh jeez.
And your messenger bag was like, whoa.
Yeah, like, hey, this isn't my problem.
Ellie.
Binder boner shield, thanks, is what Spinner says, which is beautiful writing.
Binder Boner Shield kind of sounds like a good band name.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Also, did Drake give Spinner his binder?
Yes.
He did.
Why don't you just say, put your binder in front of it?
Spinner doesn't own a binder.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
So do you think it's well, I guess we don't know the time lapse, but it seems very quick that Jimmy is somehow now attracted to Ellie from the last episode.
That was weird.
I think it's that Pretty in Pink, or not Pretty in Pink. Yeah, Pretty in Pink scenario.
Pretty in Pink. Yeah.
Like cool guy, ugly girl.
Cool guy needs to go for the goth, the weirdo.
Well, Molly Ringwald, I thought was very attractive and Pretty in Pink.
I don't even remember that happening with Jimmy and Ellie. Was that just like you know because you've been watching it bloom, watching it blossom?
No, it was like
this is
5
the second
seconds.
episode. Yeah, this is the second episode she's in.
It was like right before he said boner shield. He was like, "We'd have fun on a date," and she's like, "No."
Oh.
It just seems like it doesn't make sense in terms of their personalities. A jock and a goth.
But Michael, sometimes opposites attract.
but not often enough. Is Ellie in this
not
episode?
Often
is Ellie
enough.
just holding a guitar, like a strap to her body?
Yeah. She's
It's
rocking
an
out.
acoustic.
Yeah.
It
That
was
wasn't
like
that was a hollow body, wasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, acoustic.
Okay.
What
Science
song do you
fair.
think she was playing?
What
I don't
song
know,
was
probably
she playing?
Avril Lavigne.
Yeah.
That's like the
Someone-
last time I see her with a guitar, I feel like.
Nickelback.
Story
No.
of a Girl.
Is Nickelback Canadian?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, maybe Nickelback. I don't know. Let's jump into the science class. Is JT... did he purposely spill something on the teacher? What's the teacher's name again, Hannah?
Miss Hatzalakos.
Because he wanted to touch her breast? Did he do that on purpose to touch her?
Yeah.
Yes.
He did that on purpose.
He poured lard on her to touch her boobs.
Yeah, so he's trying to clean it off, like, so he can get a feel of what a woman's breasts are for his science
because
project.
Jimmy is a creep.
Jimmy?
You mean JT?
JT is a creep.
I like that he's very casually looking at everyone like, I'm doing it. It's like fucking creep.
Yeah, I did like that, admittedly.
I did too, yeah.
When
And then, wait, how did that? I'm dumb. How did that ruin her science project? Because he spilt her smoothie and she can't make another smoothie.
Probably.
No, he had some sort of progress where he was like eating junk food, but it didn't make him more productive or something.
Okay.
It's a bad project. Also, when they cut to the front of the school and Emma's making everyone do jumping jacks, I was like, wow, everyone really agreed to like whatever she said.
Everyone's all in on this science fair and the accuracy of the results, and they want everybody to have a fair fight, and I respect that.
And I was like, I can't tell you if there was ever actually a science fair at my school.
I was gonna say the same thing, Michael.
I don't believe I ever had one.
All 4, no science fairs ever.
But there must have been one.
They're in every fucking TV show.
Yeah.
I wonder if that was a thing in Canada, where like lots of entertainment is filmed in Canada and they just have science fairs all the time.
The Simpsons aren't filmed in Canada; they're drawn
In China.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Korea.
Where?
Actually, in Korea.
Are they? Is it Korea?
Yeah.
So when in your visits to Korea, have you seen any science fairs?
No, because I'm just playing music and going to the Jimjilbang. What's a Jimjilbang, Hannah?
It is a big bong.
Rick, Jimjilbang.
Not even gonna try. Jeff.
Rosenstock knows. Explain the Jimjilbang, Jeff, please.
A jjimjilbang is so I it's basically like it's a bathhouse. So you go, you take off all your clothes, you shower yourself up. You have many different kinds of hot tubs that you could just like go in. There's a super cold one. There's saunas. There's different rooms. One's got like cedar in it. One's got rocks in it. They're all different kinds of heat. One is super ice cold. There's food and there's mats that you can roll out and take a nap on the ground. And they're designed for like, I guess if you're in Seoul or whatever city also has a jjimjilbang, like you're like, oh, I went out and I got fucked up. You don't want to take a train home. I'm just going to pass out on the floor for $6 at this place and sit in a hot tub and chill out for a while. Is that accurate enough? Did I leave anything out?
That is, but so the hot tubs, that's all naked.
Yeah.
So when you go, then you put on like this robe kind of apparatus or clothing, and you go into this communal area where they have
it's a very
food.
it's a fucking thin robe. It's like those robes cost 50 cents, right?
Yeah,
like,
I think it's more. Yeah, it's more like shorts and a shirt type of deal. And then you go into a communal section where they have a restaurant. They have sometimes, like, I've been to ones that have like a movie theater, and then they have places you can rest. And the first time we ever had gone with Jeff, we didn't have a lot of time, but Jeff wanted to try everything. So even like the nap time section, he's like, we got to do it. I'm like, all right. So laid there for like 2 minutes. He's like, all right, next.
And I just wanted to take a quick nap. Yeah. I take short naps.
I love it.
The first time we went was in San Jose, and I was like, oh, man.
But that
I like Mike Park. He's making me, he wants me to go take off my clothes and go to this hot tub water park with him. All right,
I'm down. I'm down. I love the Jim Jabong.
I love it too. I'm glad. Yeah. And
okay.
Where we stayed in Korea, the bathroom was so ice cold, and the shower just like kind of like out like a tiny bit of water. So you were just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna shower at the Jim Jabong every morning. And
that's what I did. Heaven. It was heaven, Hannah. Heaven. Okay, so Snake, Spike are relaxing on the couch. I believe Snake or Spike is just laying down on Snake's lap, and Emma doesn't like it at all. And Snake is eating ice cream. Hannah, what's going on? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do. They're having a quiet night in, and Emma's leering from the kitchen, and she has a problem with her project. It's like a disaster because it sucks.
JT.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's basically it. And I think he like offers her help, and she's like, I don't want your fucking help. She doesn't say that, but something like that along those lines.
He says something that affects her. He hears her anyway because he says Einstein said you have to think about this creatively, and she's like, aw. Never thought of that.
I don't like you, but I respect you.
Yeah.
What? The size of Snake's balls to just go in their freezer and start eating that vanilla ice cream out of the carton.
He asked.
He's a dude. He's in this relationship now. He's like, all right, man, I eat fucking ice cream, whatever. Yeah. Hey, kid, what's your problem with science project?
Not in a bowl. Not in a bowl. Just like straight out the carton.
He's swinging his dick around a little bit.
He's going green, too. He doesn't want to waste another dish. And honestly, I respect that about him. And that's something I love that they shined a light on in this series.
Yep.
Science fair. We're at the science fair now.
Okay,
Hannah,
let's get
Hannah, you start. Just name some of the projects that you saw.
JT's project was on biodegradable boob job.
Yes.
Love.
Oh.
Toby did like.
I wonder if he made something else. If they would have been like, "Wow, that's really impressive." They're like,
I thought it was impressive.
The look on Radich's face when he walked up to see that, like, Ziploc bag full of twigs and whatever he had in there was priceless.
Well, he had put the lard in cellophane and then duct taped it into a boob shape. I think that's what I love the most.
I do like it too.
That science teacher.
You could do it. You can make it at home. Is the best part.
Yeah, that science teacher really failed JT on that project by not steering him away from a biodegradable boob job.
Yeah, I guess did they not tell their teachers what they were making?
Maybe she managed to talk him down from something worse.
Yeah.
You know.
So what was his robot project?
It was
surveillance, friend or foe.
Yes.
So that might be where. So in the first 2 episodes, Toby is carting around this webcam that's like stuck to a fork that looks like an eyeball. And then it just disappears. I just want to know what it was about. And nobody
we'll never find
They're
that
never
out.
going to tell you.
The credits of this show and so much of this episode is so fucking like Web 2.0, and I love it very much. It's really, really great.
Yeah.
What a time.
What is Liberty's project, Hannah?
It was the effects of not like house plants without sunlight or something.
It seems like that could have been a good project if she didn't have to go like, and this is day 146, and this is day 147. Like, just get to the point.
In my mind, it was exactly as boring as Emma's was.
Emma's was not. You didn't think it was thrilling when she went and printed out that other banner?
When she went into Microsoft Word.
Is that? Do you know what font that is,
Papyrus, baby.
Yeah, don't even get me started on the font.
I love Papyrus. When I saw the Papyrus, I was freaking out.
I wrote down, even this font sucks.
That font rocks. Maybe we had a different stream. I don't know.
The spinner is...
Did I also hear correctly that somebody was putting chocolate in a burrito? Did anyone hear that?
Yeah, I did hear that. I think she says chocolate and burrito.
Okay.
But I love that Mr. Simpson's like, we thought your project was new and exciting. And I was like...
It's challenging the norms of health. Eating chocolate for breakfast, that's a fucking out there idea for... What year is this?
2002.
I just wanted the Wolf is
shit.
Our friend to win. That seems like the best one. The Wolf is our friend.
I know. I wrote that whole quote down. Maybe one day we'll realize the wolf is actually our friend. And I was like, who is that girl?
Yes.
I've never seen her before.
That's right.
Spinner's at his locker pulling down pictures of women in bikinis to help fend off the boner, and is also eating junk food to balance the nutritious food he's been eating, hoping that will also help end the boner problem. Thoughts, Jeff Rosenstock?
About what? I already told my big boner story. I don't know.
Thoughts of his theory that taking the photos and eating junk food will solve his problem.
I guess what I'm wondering is like, did he have a boner when he was looking at those pictures and taking them down? Because it seems like he's fine in that scene. Yeah.
I think he's tucking.
He's not tucking. He doesn't know a thing about tucking. He turns around in the improv scene and doesn't even take the time to tuck before turning back around.
He doesn't even bother to say, I have a boner. That's what I would say.
Yeah, just be like, I can't. It was really embarrassing. I have a boner. Just being like, ah. I like that Drake the whole time was like, guy, it's not about eating healthy food. And Spinner's just like, it must be. And what he's eating just like fistfuls of bread. And then he walks into that classroom where the teacher's like, you can't bring your bread in here.
Yeah.
I just love that Spinner has been abiding by this strict diet that some random girl has told him that he has to abide by, even outside of school.
Are they in love?
No,
they're not in love.
Okay.
Far from. Oh, not far from in the future, but far from at this moment.
Okay.
Time.
So okay. That's why.
But you know what?
The seeds. This is where it all begins.
The flax seeds are being planted.
I also think if Emma had put in her project, not only did I have some weird results, Spinner got a bunch of boners.
It was just a chart. It was just a chart that was like, and Spinner's goes like this. It didn't say anything about the boners.
And if she added one bar on that graph that was boners, it would have gone up. And everyone else's would have gone down.
Yeah.
Okay, so Emma wins the contest. She's very happy, and it cuts to the cafeteria with Jimmy and Spinner. And Spinner's starting to eat health food again. Why? Rick?
To not get a boner.
No.
Why did he? Yeah, Hannah, correct Rick.
Oh, sorry.
I feel like I've also just watched this 3 times this week, which is the only reason it's so fresh. He's trying to eat health food because he thinks everyone's super turned on by him.
Oh, yeah.
All of his boners, which maybe they are.
Is it just because the lunch lady is nice to him now?
No, it's because he got Kendra. Was it Kendra or Ellie?
Ellie's number.
He got Ellie's number that Jimmy could not get.
And then Jimmy, the lunch lady was like...
Yeah. Jimmy was about to pound Spinner, too. Which I feel like Jimmy is bad at picking fights. Like, there's no way he could beat Spinner in a fight.
No, Spinner would kick his ass.
No way. He would beat up Spinner.
Spinner has got that Adderall
and that
laser focus.
Yeah, that dumb, beefy energy.
But I disagree. But
we already know
beyond that
Jimmy is a bad fighter.
Why? Because of that one fight with Sean? Was there any outcome from that fight?
I'm sorry, we have one fight to go on.
Yeah,
he lost.
Did he lose though?
Yeah.
How did he lose?
He lost.
He got that shiner.
He lost by default, and he won by default, but he would have lost
because Sean pushed Emma.
Yeah.
All right.
If Sean hadn't pushed Emma, Jimmy would have been in a wheelchair sooner.
Damn. Perhaps.
He would have been deaf and in a wheelchair.
Perhaps. They are now in computer class, and Anna, what is Emma and Manny messaging each other? What are they instant messaging each other?
She says like blah 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 blah. I hate Mr. Simpson, and then Manny messages back the whole class. Mr. Simpson fucking loves your mom.
What is this like class? Like, I don't feel like a computer. They're like, here's a motherboard. Also, you can email each other. Like, what are they doing?
They should
it's
not
called
be able
media
to
immersion, Jeff. You never took media immersion class in school?
No. What? That's not something.
Also, this means that the science fair was like first thing in the morning.
Yeah, it's just like that fucking dance that they went to that was at lunch hour. Like, they're doing all sorts of weird stuff during the school.
It seems like a lot.
School.
My favorite.
Every day of school was so long. Oh my god!
You're right. But now I feel like
think
6
about how many
hours goes by
classes
like
you had every day.
like so fast. Or I guess it's longer than 6 hours.
It's 8 hours, right?
Yeah,
8 hours.
right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
No, you're right.
7:42, 8. I'm trying to think. I was always late.
It's like
7:45 to 2:45 for me, whatever that is.
And then if you're a nerd, you're in jazz band afterwards or fucking whatever.
I was in jazz band at 6:45 a.m.
Oh, I think it was a jazz choir after school, and then whichever one was like a morning rehearsal, I was like, okay, I just won't care. I won't do it.
Were you in marching band? I can't remember.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Jazz choir. What was jazz choir like?
Jazz choir. Okay, jazz choir was a bunch of cool kids from the choir.
Right.
Would sing jazz songs and like it's only a paper moon sailing out, like songs like that. And then I was in the band of the jazz choir with John DiDomenici, who's in my band, who's been in all my bands. Chris Valentino, who was also in my ska band at the time, and the drummer of another ska band that John was in. Like all the people who were in like the ska punk bands. In these 2 ska punk bands, were just also in the jazz choir, and we just like goof off and stuff.
So
and
John played
the choral director
bass.
Huh?
John played bass.
John played guitar. I played bass. I think Chris played saxophone. We probably also switched over every now and then. John might have hopped onto drums sometimes. We're all just like, hey, we'll play it. It'll sound like the song.
That sounds fun. It
was fun.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
So when Bomb the Music Industry played with Rancid in New York City.
Yes.
How did you
Great
get the
segue.
show?
Dave Covert, who...
Covert Booking.
Dave Covert from Covert Booking, who books Mustard Plug. I was like, hey, you want to book my band? And then he was like, yeah, sure. And then he sent me an email that was like, hey, got you a sick offer. A Wilhelm Scream wants you to be the first of 4 bands. You're getting $100. It starts in Colorado and it ends in Salt Lake City. And I was like, yeah, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't have a booking agent. And then years later, he's like, I don't know why they hit me up, but Rancid wants you to open up this show at Irving Plaza. And we were just like, hell yeah, that's sick.
Mm-hmm. Was it just the two bands?
Madball.
No, Michael, it wasn't. It was Bomb the Music Industry, who, by the way, I just told everybody who we were friends with. It was like, yo, we're playing with Rancid. Fucking bring an instrument. You're in Bomb the Music Industry this day. Let's just all be in Bomb the Music Industry. Let's all hang out and see Rancid and like stand on the side. And we were stoked. And Madball played after us. And they kept drinking all of our beers. And then our like people would go out and get beers and come back up, and then Madball just drink them again. We're like, okay.
How many people did you have? Madball?
I don't know. It was between 15 and 20. It was a lot of people.
While you were playing the set, Jeff, did Tim Armstrong watch the band at any time?
Are you trying to set me up for something?
No, I'm just curious.
Yeah, Tim watched.
Okay.
Afterwards, he's like, I can't believe it's like the kids like you had there were so many people up there. But also like when we were loading off the stage, Christine, my wife, who was playing keyboards in Bomb Music Industry at the time, was like loading off stage, and like somebody who worked at the club was like just standing in front of the stairs like, hey, good show. She's like, yeah, we got to load off. Madball's got to play. And then Tom was like, what did Tim Armstrong say to you? And she was like,
oh man,
I'm so bummed when you were like, come to New York, play with Rancid. I was just like, oh, I can't make it work. Like that show.
We only had one bass player at that show, Rick.
I know, that's insane. You should have been too. That show and that show where you the infamous Wisconsin festival show. Yeah. I'm so bummed that I wasn't there for either of those.
Appleton was really special.
Tim Armstrong is a good dude.
He seems like a good dude.
He is a good dude. Very good.
Why was Christine so mean to him?
She's mean to everybody.
That divorce?
No.
I don't want to. I love her with all my heart,
but you have to.
Rancid's first few records are pretty good.
You should ask Tim. You should find him. You live in the same area now, right?
Yeah. Just go around. Lent.
Yeah, you should find him. You should collaborate. I bet you guys would be good friends. Moving along, Jeff.
My favorite thing happens in this episode now.
Which is what?
Which is when Liberty goes up to Manny and Emma, and it was like, hey, I know how gossip affects people. And she's implying that email that got sent to Snake is the same thing as that rumor that was going around of Liberty is fucking Armstrong.
Whoa.
And then Jeff
has no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I was wondering what her deal was, because I was just like, there's got to be some subtext happening here.
I love her.
She was accused of having sex with a teacher.
Because she had dyscalculia. She had dyslexia for numbers. And she was after school with him, and everyone was like, I think she might be fucking that guy. But just aggressive power flossing.
It's so insane.
I've lost my... Yeah.
In her mind, she was like, this is so powerful.
She was like smoking a cigarette.
Yeah, exactly.
So Liberty thinks Emma won the contest unfairly because of favoritism due to the fact that her mother is dating Mr. Simpson.
Hannah, she sees all the other fucking review scores. It's not just Snake.
But what if he was back there like, no, guys, please, as fellow teachers, I'm trying to nail her mom.
Yeah.
Do you think?
And we know this doesn't matter.
Come on. Yeah, we know this doesn't matter. Most schools don't even have a fucking science fair.
You guys know this doesn't mean anything. We made a trophy It's not going to championship. It's not going to nationals. It ends here.
End of the line.
I also was thinking that he was stacking the books in Emma's favor because Snake has been, quote unquote, on a dry spell since his college girlfriend.
Well, we don't know that. Rick is assuming this.
Are you making that up,
Rick
or do you know that
unquote.
for fact?
No, he's making that up.
I'm making it up.
Quote unquote.
Assumption.
Oh.
But
You got alleged.
wouldn't that? That's a. You don't know what
your
happened.
own
has
quotes.
happened
You're
between
quoting yourself.
College and now.
Don't get me wrong. I think he's a virgin. But I wanted to know for a fact.
We left him a virgin.
Yes.
Jeff Rosenstock.
Uh-huh.
What celebrity fans follow you that you either on any social media platform that you were surprised they were following you?
Danny Brown follows me, but that was after I started following him, and I think he follows a lot of people.
Who's Danny Brown?
He's a rapper.
Okay.
Nice. He's very nice. I bet.
Oh, yeah, Detroit.
Yeah.
You work with him?
I've worked with him a couple times. He's 2 times at Pyramid Scheme.
Oh, shit. Do you know records? Do you listen to him at all or not really?
No. I just remember he was... Are all of his stuff... Is all of his records somewhat more drum and bass than you would think they were? Like, the last time I did sound for him, it was very techno-y.
Kinda, I guess. He's got that vibe on some songs.
Yeah.
I'm usually just paying attention to the lyrics because they're crazy, but yeah.
It was 2 days before that First Avenue incident. No, not First Ave, Triple Rock.
I have no idea what
Was
you're
that
talking
the tour he was on with Kitty? What are you talking about?
Yeah,
where the woman pulled his pants down.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah, that's a crazy thing. You could just say the rest of it. It's a true thing that happened, Rick.
Danny Brown was performing. Some woman just grabbed his pants, yanked him down, and started sucking his dick. And he was like, "Oh no, this is not cool."
Yeah, I would not be down while I was performing.
And then, yeah, it was crazy. I mean, the show that I did sound for him at was insane. It was an insane show.
Yeah. I think that was right around when when people like started realizing, oh shit, Danny Brown's really good.
Yeah.
Who else?
Super
Jeff?
nice.
I want something better. I want like
someone you know,
like Bob Barker.
Bob Barker,
or the guy who replaced him. Who's the
Drew
guy who
Carey.
replaced him? I want like Drew Carey.
I don't think any of those people.
You don't have anything good like some like just like Ruth Buzzy or something.
No,
Drew Carey doesn't follow you.
There's no way to know. Okay, I've looked up like who's verified that follows me, and I can't figure out like an easy way to answer that question because I want to know this shit too, Mike. I want to know if Drew Carey and Ruth Buzzy are following me.
I'm surprised. I've thought because every so often I'll get, I'll see someone like something, and I'm like, oh shit, the singer for Vampire Weekend.
Yeah, that's cool. Man. No one cool likes my shit. That's not true.
With that.
Everybody out there who likes my shit is cool and a beautiful, unique person, and I love you.
Wow, you heard it here first. He hates his fans.
Yeah, I think you're assuming that we have a lot of reach on this podcast.
Yeah, we do. No, we don't.
I feel like
I want to look up. Let me ask somebody else a question. Let me see.
Yeah.
Got it.
So we're gonna move back to DeGrassi while Jeff is looking. Emma confronts Snake in front of her class, and how does that go, Hannah?
She's a psycho. This is like also the beginning of like, I feel like Snake gets confronted in front of his class more than you'd think for just being a very nice adult who cares. Yeah, she confronts him in front of the class and was like, "We're going to talk about this right now. You set me up to win that science fair." And he's like, I just wish he had been like, "You don't understand. I don't care enough."
Well, that's when he showed her the other judges' scores.
I love that you could tell that rage that Snake had is coming back right now.
He does have rage.
Yeah. the rage after he saved those girls from drowning.
Yeah, and the rage when he found that kid who killed himself.
Yeah.
Okay, Jeff, what do you got?
Nobody, man.
Nobody. Oh,
yeah.
Forget.
I was looking through, very disappointed. Like Dan Ozzie, Jamie Coletto, just like my friends who work in the biz so they could get verified.
Rick Johnson, you lead us through the improv of Page and Spinner.
Do you want me to set it up? How it happened?
Yeah, just describe the scene.
Jimmy, Quan is like, Jimmy, pick two people. And Jimmy's like, all right, Spinner, Page. Spinner, you're a delivery person. Page, you're a lonely housewife.
That's
and at that point, Quan should have shut it down right there.
Jeez.
It's inappropriate.
In improv, you say yes.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I feel like Quan knew what was about to happen, and he's like, this little shit that made me have a nervous breakdown is going to pay.
See, I have a lot of... I've been talking about this pretty much all day because I just watched this episode. But it's so crazy that, like, first of all, this is English class. So there's no reason for them to be improvising.
I thought this was an elective. No, this is just class.
No,
this is English.
Class.
And so my thing is, like, I feel like ever since Quan came back from her nervous breakdown, she's just been doing whatever she wants. And this seems very specifically targeted. Like, she wanted him to have a boner, and she wanted to show it to the class.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Also, I just realized just now that it's insane that
That's what I'm
Quan
saying.
is also teaching them a second year. I never had a teacher teach me 2 years in a row.
This is
maybe in like music something, but in English?
It's like English, no.
What's that about?
This is make believe, Rick.
I also believe that Paige was in on it with Jimmy.
I think the second page was like touching him. Somebody should have said something. And then like the fact that he gets a huge boner and like everyone sees it. Like I had to see it with my own two eyes. And then
what do you think they used for that boner? It's definitely not a boner.
It's a strap on.
You think they gave him a strap on?
I don't
know. I mean, they got to give him something. That would be did they not give him a strap on because that would be kind of fucked up? Because that'd be the easiest way to do it. Like, otherwise you got to duct tape a carrot.
And what are you doing at that point but dancing around a strap on? That's what I'm saying.
Just fashioning a strap on.
You're pretending you're not putting a strap on a child, which is what you're doing.
I like to think that he was fully erect.
You like to think it?
I'd like to think that that's his real 15-year-old.
Sue me. I'd like to think that child's fully erect.
He's dedicated to his craft.
Jeff Rosenstock.
That's an acting.
No, I'm not done talking about this.
Okay, go ahead, Hannah.
No, just kidding. You can keep going.
Bomb the music industry. The years of touring with Bomb the music industry.
Yes.
The worst place you ever stayed.
Does it have to be with Bomb the music industry? I don't
any band.
Well,
any
like
of your bands.
There was we stayed try to think of like shitty places. I feel like I'm usually like the person who doesn't care that much about that stuff. Like someone else will shut it down before I shut it down. But like we stayed at the Phenomenauts warehouse one time where Vic Ruggiero was playing an all-night set.
Oh dear God.
And this was like, I think our band broke up either that day or we were like, this is ASOB, or like we were about to break up. I think we broke up that day and we had like no fucking money. We were just like, I was just like, I had enough on my credit card to be able to get gas to get us home. And like, then we were trying to sleep in the Phenomenauts warehouse while Vic Ruggiero was just playing all night. I bet we probably just stayed in the van though.
I've got the same story. So, it's not the worst case scenario. So I played in Berlin, and it was my own show with Sundowner, and the promoter asked me, "Hey, Vic is in town an extra day for the Slackers just finished their tour. Can he jump on the bill? I'm like, of course, but he has to play last because I know how long Vic plays for. So in Europe, a lot of time you'll stay in the same venue that you're playing. They have housing. So I watched Vic for like an hour. I'm like, oh man, I'm done. I'm going to sleep. So I went to sleep, and he played for 6 hours. It was insane.
My God.
And I was just listening to him play while I was trying to sleep. And I was like, wow, that's my story.
Was your experience also that like you could not believe that he was still going?
Oh yeah, I kept laughing. I'm like, he just loves to play. And at the same time,
which rules, he's good too.
Yeah, and he's so good, he just loves to play. He had told me he was taking an early morning flight, so he was trying to play as long as humanly possible so he could just go straight to the airport. And he did it!
Good theory.
He could have... I feel like him playing as long as possible didn't really have to do with... He could have just stayed up and then gone to the airport.
Yeah.
He just didn't want to be bored at any moment.
I guess.
You think it was a power move?
I know. I just think he loves to play music.
Star Wars.
Yeah, hell no.
Damn.
Hell
Mike Park
no.
talking shit. I like it.
Yeah.
Drinking beer, talking shit.
How do you know I was drinking beer?
I've been looking at that can. I'm like, is Mike drinking a beer?
Water.
Yeah, we all saw it, Mike.
What's in the can? What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Lagunitas. Hazy
Blonde.
Wonder.
Oh.
Hazy Wonder.
Do you like it? Is it good?
Yeah.
You're drinking a White Claw? I'm just drinking a water.
I know.
I'm just drinking this Method glass cleaner that's on Jessica's desk for whatever reason.
That stuff's all natural, right?
Yeah, it smells like peppermint.
Are you wondering why glass cleaner's on a desk? It's for the computer monitor.
Yeah, it's not for jerking off. I don't.
It's not for jerking. Yeah, that stuff doesn't work.
Jessica's just working, just working during.
If you jerk off with Windex, does it sound like?
Hannah, lead us.
It's all shiny afterwards.
Yeah,
lead us to the finish line. Hannah, lead us with the spinner head down in the cafeteria.
Okay.
Go.
Also, so just before he's in the cafeteria, no one followed him out of that classroom, which is mind-boggling to me because his dick was just seen by children and an adult. But
who was? Wait. Who was gonna follow him out of the classroom?
I just think someone should have been like, "Are you okay?"
Quan fucking set him up.
I know, but
you just don't follow him and be like, "Suck it, nerd. I got you."
Who's gonna have a nervous breakdown now?
I think someone should have been like, "Go to the guidance counselor." So he just hobbled down the hallway to the cafeteria and is like, I don't know, sitting.
Still
I don't know.
Fuck it up.
Yeah, it's super weird. So Jimmy goes in there, and then they have a really fun conversation with the lunch lady about boners, which I loved.
Loved it.
I love the lunch lady.
That was great.
Yeah.
Jeff,
I fed my husband clams, but he just got gas.
I know. I feel like she's so soothing. There's no one better to talk to about a boner.
So that lunch lady, Jeff, was in the movie Tommy Boy as the waitress. Do you remember?
No shit.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I'll turn the fryer on.
Yeah.
Chicken wings.
Whoa.
Tommy want wingy.
Tommy want wingy. And then the next sale he goes, chicken wings.
Chicken wings.
Yeah.
This is my little pet. He's so naughty.
He's naughty.
So I would like to ask everybody a question, and I want a response.
Yeah.
Where do you think Spike and Snake were coming from that they needed to be in full formal wear?
I didn't understand what you said.
Let me repeat Rick's question. He asked, where did Spike and Snake come from that they were in a tuxedo and a formal gown with a bouquet of flowers? Rick, we will pass it to Jeff Rosenstock for the first answer.
Are we doing real answers or funny answers?
Real, whatever.
Yeah,
date night.
It
was just date night, and I think they overdressed, and that's why I came home. That's why I came home so early.
Chili's in a tuxedo.
They like went downtown, like walking the promenade or whatever in the city of DEGRASSI, like the nice area, and then they're like, this is weird that we are wearing tuxedos to this. Or or the Science Fair Awards. They show up and you're like,
the after awards.
Emma won.
It's like the Emmys, how they have the special effects awards later on. Yeah.
It's like if no one who won it's like if you just got a letter in the mail that told you won the Emmys, and then there was a ceremony that you didn't get to go to, but just all the people who judged it got to go to.
I would love that.
Hannah, your answer.
Well, I had I think that they went to a costume-themed sex party.
Whoa. You're trying to just go out there.
They can't have sex in the house.
What am I going to say? They went to a violinist's show?
Yeah.
I don't know what rich people do.
Hannah, I'll tell you where they went. They just went to a fundraiser at an art gallery. It was like a $250 plate fundraiser, suit and tie.
I know you're
Whoa. You're telling me that the teacher of media immersion class and a hairstylist that is worried about hiring a quote-unquote junior hairstylist can afford a $250 plate?
Canada, maybe they pay their teachers.
Yeah. Well, they got in free because they were part of like the organization that helped put it on. So
so they put the fundraiser on. They're raising the fund.
Well, they were one of the persons. There's many people that were involved. But
what other people are involved in this fundraiser?
I mean, there's a lot, but there's like 20 different like main people.
What are the funds being raised for?
Yeah.
It's for the arts program in a suburb of Toronto.
Okay. Which one?
Windsor.
Windsor. It's in Windex, Toronto.
Yeah.
And so, that's what they did. That's really cool. And it's fun to dress up sometimes.
That's how I know you're kind of rich, is you know these things. I would never know that like an art gallery, whatever.
You would never know about an art gallery?
No. Yes, I would. But I wouldn't be invited to go to one.
Shit up. Do you like paintings?
I would not be invited to one.
Hannah, we freeze frame on Emma smiling. Why is Emma smiling, Hannah?
She's got a dad. That's why everyone's smiling. She's like, she was like, I don't know what I want, but I'm fine. And he was like, sounds good.
Aw, it's a good ending. Jeff, would you like to add anything?
No.
Rick.
Yeah. I also, if we go back to the very beginning when both Toby and JT are burping.
That scene sucks.
I had a very, very bad reaction to the burps, the Foley burps.
Really?
Toby's like is after burp. I don't think they're Foley burps. I think they're burping, and I think Toby threw in another one like, look, I could still burp.
That was improv for sure.
That's crazy because I loved those burps.
Oh, really?
I enjoyed them too.
Do you get freaked out by like vomit stuff or no?
Yes.
Oh,
I will vomit. I will vomit if I see vomit, but
Whoa. Are you still on that train, Jeff?
I've softened my anxieties a lot throughout the year. I even threw up a few years ago.
Oh.
Are you afraid of throwing up?
I don't know what's going on in there. To say I'm afraid is like it's a phobia, I guess. It's like not like it's just like like for example, like if one of you was like, I'm gonna throw up right now, I would just like turn my computer off and leave. and it wouldn't be like okay, what do I do? I'd just be like, there was a while where like I was so afraid of throwing up in public that like I would always have a plan. Like if I was on the train, I was like, I'll just throw up in my shoe, and then like it won't get everywhere, and I just won't have shoes, and that's fine. I'm in New York, no one will really fucking bat an eye at it.
Oh dear.
Fine. Yeah.
See, I'm along the same line, but I just have a very sensitive like gag reflex, and I feel like I just throw up all the time. But as an example, yesterday my girlfriend's cat threw up, and then I heard her go, "Oh no!" And I just assumed that the other cat was eating the first cat's vomit, and I was just sitting on the couch, and I was like, "Oh, ugh."
So
just like dry.
Did you make it?
Yeah, because I figured out she was like, "Oh no, they weren't eating each other's vomit. I just was like reacting."
Yeah. I have not watched the Eric Andre show pretty much at all because I've gotten the impression that he might vomit at any moment.
Mm-hmm.
You only have to not watch one episode, and then you'll be safe.
Oh, cool! Mm-hmm. Let me know which episode.
It's the Lauren Conrad episode.
But I love Lauren Conrad. What do I do?
That episode is also the best episode of that program. So it's hard. I would just suck.
Okay.
He's
Hannah,
telling you to just throw up. What?
Did you ever have to clean up puke at the bar that you worked at? Or was it too classy? Because when I had to clean up puke, it solved all my puke problems.
Interesting.
Yeah, like for a while there was a rapper who was singing about this drink called Candy Corona, which is just grenadine and Corona.
Too soon with the Corona jokes, Rick.
Sorry, I forgot that we're living in the apocalypse. But there's this drink called Candy Corona. Grenadine in the Corona, and people were just going hard on it. And then when we closed down, we walked into the bathroom, and the bathroom looked like someone had spray painted pink everywhere.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And then I was just like, all right, either nut up or you just leave. And this kid Adam cleaned it all up, and I was like, not so bad.
I've never cleaned up vomit. I will say one time we had a lot of elderly people because it was such a fancy bar. And one time we had this elderly couple, and they seemed a little bit crazy. And then they left, and we noticed a stream of water going from the leg of their chair to like a pool out towards the middle of the room. And I was like, he pissed himself. And then I kind of looked around, and everyone was looking at me, and I was like, and because I found it, now I have
mine to clean.
Yeah.
Everybody saw your eyes meet the piss,
and they were like,
cream. They were like, Hannah, check it out. Here's the mark.
It was like a slow motion look around the room. Nobody.
Well, Rick,
are we not
Hannah,
even gonna? Okay.
We're going to say. Oh, Jeff, please.
Mike, I love
talk about
collar.
how you're both wearing plaid. Everybody's wearing a collared shirt here.
What happened? What happened to your shirt, Mike?
I was just, entertaining myself.
One gear, and this guy likes to kick back.
Yeah.
You really, all of a sudden went to risky business.
Somebody's got some Lagunitas swag going on.
I have an Australian friend whose American accent is going, Lagunitas, please.
I like that. Jeff, thank you so much for joining the I'm in Love with the Girl Named Spike, a DEGRASSI podcast.
Thanks for having me in your storied celebrity sweep of guests. Who's on next week?
We have next week from the show. It's a movie called Star Wars. Mark Hamill, who played Luke Skywalker, in episodes 4, 5, 6. I'm totally lying.
What else? What else?
But you know what? If we could make Mark Hamill watch DEGRASSI, that would just like.
I bet we give him $50.
Hey, who could?
No way. He's not going to do it. No way.
Mark Hamill's a freak, man.
He kind of is a freak.
We'll make it happen, Rick. You're all talk.
Yes.
Talk.
Listen, you're the star. You're the star power in this relationship.
Yeah.
All talk. Jeff, thanks again for joining us. Rick,
thanks for having
Hannah, as always, it's nice to talk to you. We'll talk next week. Jeff, be good. I hope to see you
Mike.
soon.
Thanks, Hannah. Thanks, Rick.
See you soon.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
And do you hang up or then do you talk shit afterwards?